Viral seorang ibu di Amerika membagikan video berjudul, Justice for Palestine, yang diunggah di akun TikTok pribadinya, @tatsihcik. Ibu dua orang anak itu berbagi pengalaman saat harus menjelaskan ke anak tertuanya tentang perang Israel vs Palestina. Apalagi sempat terucap dari mulut anaknya bahwa, Palestina itu orang jahat.
So, this is a message for the parents. Please make sure that you are speaking to your children about world events. Last night, I was scrolling on social media, and I happened to mention that my heart is breaking for Palestine. And my 9-year-old goes, I thought Palestine were the bad guys. And I'm like, why would you say that? And he goes, well, doesn't the US support Israel? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so doesn't mean that we're on Israel's side? I said, the government is on Israel's side, but I'm not on Israel's side. And he was like, why not? So I said to him, imagine Jacob is just hanging out in his room. Jacob is his 3-year-old little brother. And you go in Jacob's room and you tell Jacob, this is my room now. You just stay on your bed. The rest of the room is mine. Jacob has a toddler bed, so it's very small. And now you take up Jacob's room, and the whole time you're in there taking up Jacob's room, you're bullying him, okay? And Jacob cannot come off of his bed. He can't go to the bathroom. He can't go to the kitchen without your permission. And most of the time that he asks, you tell him no, right? And you do this for a long time. You do this for a very long time. And then one day, Jacob is like, I'm tired of it. I'm gonna fight back. And Jacob hits you as hard as he can, right? Is that going to hurt? He's like, not really. And I'm like, well, if it's as hard as he can, even though he's 3, it might hurt a little bit, right? He was like, maybe a tiny bit. And I said, would it then make sense for you to hit him back as hard as you can and keep hitting him over and over and over again? He goes, no. And I'm like, why not? He's like, because it's not fair, because I'm bigger than him and stronger than him. And I said, and that's exactly what's happening. Palestine was an independent nation, and then Israel came and they said, this is our holy land, we're taking it back, you can only stay in this little area. And in that little area, Israel controls everything that Palestine has. The water, the food, the electricity, everything. And he goes, that's not fair. I said, I know. And then he goes, so why would the US be on Israel's side? And I said, well, think about it like this. If you are occupying Jacob's room and then you let Jackson and Justice come in and take all of Jacob's toys, Jackson and Justice are gonna be on your side. So when Jacob does decide to stand up for himself and fight back, they're gonna say, oh, Jacob is wrong. Why would he do something like that? Because you're giving them Jacob's toys. And I said, so think about that, but instead of toys, it's resources. Palestine has resources that the United States and other countries want. And Israel lets them get those resources. So it's very likely that they're gonna side with Israel because Israel gives them what they want. So they're going to paint Palestine as the bad guys, even though they're the ones being bullied, and they're going to paint Israel as the good guys because those are their friends. And he's like, well, why don't people just know that Israel is being a bully? And I said, well, thanks to social media and other news outlets, not US news outlets, we're starting to see the truth. And other people already knew about this. There's just people in this country who are uneducated and uninformed. And he's like, I can't stand stupid people. And I'm like, I know, me neither. But all that just to say, please make sure you are educating your kids on world news because they're going to get their sources from elsewhere, whether it be school, the internet, whatever the case may be, and they're not going to know what is actually going on. You need to explain it to them in terms that they are going to understand so they have a good grasp of what's going on. We want our kids to be the future world leaders. We need them to understand how the world works and what's going on in it.